palace. So let us tell you about palace. Rolling straight to the ceiling, crowns and crystals, top like journeys, dishing out malice. Hold up, South London's grandest, far from bandits. Anything earned for a goal of innovation. Just passing the team over here might finish out. Bright future we can't vanish. It's E25 any day, that's sellers. Rev up the engines, no more reverse reactions. Thank us, fans on stream. Share up the team, support the dream team. When eagles fly, make noise and scheme. Dare to dream or dream to dare. Taking a step to become supreme.
Yes, guys, welcome back to Eagle-Eyed Football and welcome back to the first episode of Transfer Weekly in this January transfer window. I may be 12 days late, but we're not going to watch that. So, if you guys don't know, which I've probably told everyone, I am having work done to my house. So, I haven't got my setup. I'm on my phone right now, literally outside of camera shot. Bomb site, swear down. It's a long day. And yeah, so I thought I tried to do one last week and the quality just wasn't there. So I thought, you know what, we'll try and do it as shorts. But then Rich said, no, it has to be a proper video. It has to be done proper. So we're doing it live. So I am here for the bants. Rich is going to control everything in the background. And Nikki is here for the vibes with his Poland flag next to him. Yeah, so apologies for not having anything out, but we're going to go from here and then every Monday onwards, and deadline day is on Monday, so we'll just carry on. The only difference will be it'll be a little bit earlier because I believe the actual deadline is 7 p.m. So I'll probably go live 6:45, 6:30, and then go on until everything's settled down and open the phone lines and do whatever. But for today, Rich, how are you doing?
I'm doing good, doing good. Work was all right today. I've recovered from the weekend's thing. I think yesterday really helped. I won't lie. Just having that chat really helped. And another thing that's helped is seeing that Brighton have drawn an away fixture at Liverpool or Barnsley. So come on, Liverpool, get the job done twice, please. Beat Barnsley, beat Brighton. Then we're good.
I mean, to be fair, I would say that yesterday helped, but I was only on there for like 10 minutes. But also, today at work, people that I don't ever chat to came to me today. And they're saying, oh, don't you love the magic of the cup? You know, the FA Cup holders. I was like, no, go away. You don't ever talk to me. Why are you stepping to me now? Why? Genuinely. I was about to get mad at SLT, and that would have gone bad.
Also, Macclesfield have got another Premiership side at home. They've got Brentford.
I hope they beat Brentford.
Please, we need help.
The thing is, though, I bet you Brentford are going to look at what happened to us and go, oh, yeah, let's just go first team.
They're going to go full
kill it first half and then just chill.
What we also need to do is hope that Brentford go up the league a few places. And get to like 118 spaces difference.
Please.
To make it a bigger difference.
Yeah, just to rewrite that record, please.
Nikki, how are you?
I'm doing all right, thank you very much. I was at my staff party yesterday because hospitality sectors, we celebrate Christmas in January, apparently. But yeah, no, it was good. No hangover, despite a ridiculous amount of rum being drank. And like you, I had everyone who knows me as a Palace fan in my company coming up to me like, oh, so Macclesfield, and I'm just there like, don't, please don't. I mean, I'm getting bantered by Man United fans. I'm getting bantered by I'm getting bantered by West Ham fans. Ridiculous.
That's a low blow.
It's ridiculous. I'm just there like, worry about your own teams, yeah? Worry about your own teams. We don't know. We've won it, all right? We've won it. We've got 2 pieces of silverware in 2025. How many have you guys got? So still hold it. But yeah, no, do you know what? I'm actually all right today. Thank you very much. Yeah, I'm looking forward to Transfer Weekly being back.
Rich, there's a lot of a certain... Is it a fruit or a vegetable?
Yeah. All right. So
What's going on?
Right. So if you have seen a lot of oranges in the chat, don't be alarmed. Because initially me and Nikki were alarmed. Nikki was the one that mentioned it. But then I realized a certain channel popped into the chat as well. And I was like, I understand. So just want to say a quick big up to, where is it? Where's the comment? Here it is. The Catch Up. They are a YouTube channel. It's like a mixed panel of different fans, but the main two hosts are Arsenal fans. One of them was on our preview earlier on in the season. They talk about halftime oranges and stuff. That's their thing. So whenever they go and do redirects, which means sending their viewers from their show to another channel, they put oranges. So for us, if we were to redirect you guys to another channel, another show that's coming up, we might just say, put in the chat EEF. And that's what a redirect is. But yeah, we were very close to actually banning for what? Like 24 hours. If this comment didn't come up, I would have like, who's this guy spamming stuff? So that's the oranges.
I've got just quickly before you carry on. Brentford. So I think Millsy actually said I'm Brentford 5th. I've just checked the league table. They are 5th. Brentford and Macclesfield, there's 125 places between them.
Come on,
Macclesfield, you must.
You must.
Macclesfield, you must. Please.
All I'm saying is that yes, it might be a bigger place difference, but the FA Cup was ours, bro. It makes it even worse.
I know, but hey,
we're trying to get these small things.
All right, let's start rolling. Let's start rolling. The 2nd of January, which is 10 days ago now, so only 2 weeks ago, we make our club record signing, £33.5 million plus add-ons, which add up to a total of £35 million. Brennan Johnson signs for Crystal Palace. He's not really played too much for us. He's only appeared in like 2 games for us so far. He's done all right, to be fair. What we can expect from him, a lot of pace, being able to running behind on the shoulder, and his finishing. Funny enough, his finishing wasn't great against was it Newcastle at home? Who was it at home?
Villa.
Villa at home.
Yeah, but to be fair, he's still shot on target really early. We are starting to see a little bit of that dribbling flair actually coming back into his game a little bit that I saw, because he was actually really good at dribbling and taking on people at Nottingham Forest. But at Tottenham in Postecoglou's system, that sort of was coached out of his game. Hopefully, he could be, relied on to do a bit more dribbling, because he's not bad. He's 6'1" as well, which is a lot taller than I actually thought he was. And to be fair, I think his all-round game suits Crystal Palace to a T. And I think Dan said it perfectly. He's like a younger, maybe slightly slower, but better creative version of Ismail Assar. And that he's gone, it frees up a lot of options for us for when Ismail Assar actually comes back, because Sarr plays left wing for Senegal. So when he comes back, you could see a situation where Sarr plays on the left, Johnson on the right. Johnson has also played on the left before. He's played up top as well. So, we've got a lot of rotation that we can put a lot of different players in different positions in our front line, which is exactly what we need. Rich, first off, we made that signing very, very early. Do you think that's a statement of intent of that we had this deal over the line maybe weeks before the actual window opened?
It depends on what you mean by statement of intent, because as we know, we'll probably sign him and then won't sign anyone else until the last week of the window. But I think it was a statement of intent because I know obviously Bournemouth were interested as well. And it's a good thing that we got this done early. I'm not one that really cares about the figures too much, because look, you buy players expensive and they don't turn out to be good. You buy players that are cheap that don't turn out. It happens either way. Yes, we're a club that ain't bereft with a load of money, even though we've got like 3 billion owners or 4. You know what I mean? But look, I'm happy with the signing. He already looks like we've been missing Sarr, like in a sense, like he's just offering bits already, that we've been missing. And once again, we're able to start creating chances again. I think he's had our last 4 shots. So these are all the things that we've got to take as a positive, Yes, when Sarr comes back, he might get pushed to the left. Sarr might go to the left. Johnson might be benched, Sarr might be benched. We don't know. But how great is it now that we can start thinking about our right hand side, if we are doing it this way, our two options are Sarr and Johnson. So imagine Ismaila Sarr runs like 60 minutes and stuff. What do you call it? The fullback's thinking, oh, I'm knackered. That's all right. We got Brennan Johnson to bring on, you know. So we got to look at the bigger picture of it. But as we've always said, and I'm sure we've all said, this window means nothing if we don't get the other bodies in and quick.
Yeah.
I don't understand why we'll wait for. It's been 10 days.
And I think also what could be something that could happen, I know it's probably not the greatest idea in the world, but it's also the fact of when Sarr comes back, you know, if Munoz and Klein are still injured, Sarr could play right wing back.
Yeah.
And you could have a right side of Sarr and Johnson. I wouldn't want to be the left back. I'm not going to lie to you. But Nicky, what are your thoughts? His in the Premier League, he scored 11 goals last year in 24 starts. Roughly overscoring his XG by half a goal. Basically, he scored 11. His XG was 10.5. What do you think he's going to bring to us as a team? What do you think he's going to bring to us as a team?
Well, he brings European pedigree as well, because obviously he was Tottenham Hotspur's hero in their Europa League campaign win as well. He brings experience on that front, and of course he's played, albeit it is Spurs, and well, I think most of the Premier League can banter Spurs a little bit for how up and down they have been over the last few years. But Brennan Johnson was a statement of intent of getting him from Nottingham Forest. Maybe they overpaid for him, but I am excited for what he brings. I would say I prefer to see Johnson playing up front, in a more upfront role rather than playing in the 10 or out wide on the wing, because I think he can take people on, and that pace, as you said, JC, is definitely one of his better attributes. It allows him to be explosive, play off the last man, gets past people. It's just a case of, you know, not going down easily. Like I feel like he might have done a couple times against Macclesfield. But I am so far impressed with what he's brought on in red and blue. But whether or not he can maintain that, he just needs, as you said, to keep on being kept on being coached in just being able to take people on and dribble past his markers and the last man to set himself up and set others up for goal.
And I think that this signing of what we're talking about with a little bit more depth leads us perfectly into the next part of what do we actually need from this transfer window? What would be the perfect outcome on February 2nd, saying, you know what, we've had a good window? Because for all the really bad summer transfer windows we've had, we've actually balanced it out with a very good winter window. Last season, the prime example, well, last season or the season before was prime example. Pretty poor in the summer window, but then we pull out a Wharton and a Munoz. I think a few years before that, when we got Allardyce in to save us, I'm sure we got PVA, we got Schlupp, and we got Luca, and that kept us up. What positions do you think that we need to actually think, you know, we've got a good squad and we've got enough? Because looking through the squad now, if you're looking at strikers, you've got Mateta, who's, you know, questionable at the moment. You know, he wants a new contract. He's only got a year and a half left on his deal. If he's not signing, do we look to replace? Do we look to cash in now? Or do we give him whatever he wants in wages because of previous merit? Bear that in mind of Mateta's really struggled to score one-on-ones and do an awful lot this season. But he still has 8 goals this year. So he's still scoring, just not as regularly as he has been or to the level. You got likes of Eddie and Nketiah, whose hamstring seems to go pop every 4 weeks. And those are our only strikers, really. I mean, you could play Sarr up there. You can play Uche up there, but I don't think they're really the quality up front. On the right, you got Johnson. You've got Ismail Sarr. You've got Romain Esse, who we've just loaned out to Coventry. he looked really good against Stoke, but there's a massive difference between Stoke and Premier League opposition. You got Justin Devaney, who is probably not in very many people's good books at the moment. You've got Kamada, who could potentially play up there as well, and you've got the likes of Yeremy Pino. In my opinion, I don't think that's enough quality in the forward areas to
No.
really survive the league, all the cup competitions, and European football. We've seen that because we've been knocked out of both cup competitions. Up front specifically, Rich, do we need anything more? Up front only.
Just up front, I was going to say some other areas, but yeah, I think we do. We need another number 9. We need another left-sided 10. And I'm thinking in the sense of worst case scenario, if Glasner goes, Kamada's not signing, so we're going to lose a player in him. You're looking at Max now and thinking, ooh, because him and Glasner have a great relationship, as well as the other players that are rumored to go, Mark, Wharton, Mateta. It's a lot, and I think that's why this window is so important. So yes, we definitely need a striker, and I'll say a left-sided 10. If it, just talking about the forward players, there are 2 other positions I think we need to.
Are there any? Obviously, you can just name drop, and we're not going to go too much into it. If there were 2 players, that number 9 and that left-sided 10, if you could just throw a name out, who would it be?
Strand Larson. See, the left hand I haven't really thought of,
I would actually. I've got a suggestion for that left-sided 10 actually.
Go on.
Who's the player that you mentioned, sorry, JC, that you showed me, the Hazard-esque type from Lille? He was good.
Matthias Ferrero Pardo. I think he's really good, but he's a left footer, so I don't know whether he'd work on the left side.
Yeah.
He normally plays on the right hand side, but I think he's a really good player.
There is a player that I think we missed a trick on, but I also think we weren't able to get him because their club was playing Champions League football, and that's Solis. Like Club Brugge got Champions League football. I don't think we were ever had any chance in getting him, in my personal opinion. But my God, he's a quality player.
Nikki, who's your suggestion?
Depending on how much how the league plays out, obviously. I would say Bournemouth's Alex Scott. He's very, very versatile across the 3 areas of midfield, that being central defense, central midfield, and central attacking. He's shown that he can assist, he can score. He would help our English coefficient as well. He's young. He could be breaking into senior England's team maybe in the next few years or so. But obviously, that midfield for England is certainly one of the most long listed players. You could name anyone this season who could fit into that midfield, who's been playing very, very, very well. I think it would do well for chemistry because obviously being just around about 23, he would have obviously played with a few of our English players, Adam Wharton, certainly. So I would say Alex Scott would definitely fit us well.
That's a great shot, actually.
I think I agree. That's a great shout. I think I've spoken highly of him the last few seasons when he hasn't actually had that much game time. Only issue is though, Nicky, out of the 20 odd games that we've played so far this season, he's started 20 of them.
Yeah, he's played a lot more this year.
So he's an integral part in that team this year. So he's not going anywhere unless it's a massive transfer fee.
It very, very could be, and it might also depend on where Bournemouth finish, or also if Iriola stays, because obviously, it's going to be a lottery of managers coming and going in the Premier League in the lead up to next season.
100%. Moving into the midfield, you have the likes of Jefferson Lerma, Daichi Kamada, Will Hughes, Adam Wharton, and Chet Decore. You can put Justin Devaney in that one as well. Bear in mind, we've only got 2 midfield slots. I think me and Dan said this a few weeks ago, and then it's really taken off and been mainstream now. In the whole time that Oliver Glasner has been our manager, we haven't scored a single goal from a midfielder. You might say, yes, Kamada scored a goal against Villa away. He was playing in a number 10 position. If you look at our two number 8s, they haven't scored a single goal since Oliver Glasner has been our manager. And then it's not even just that. Like the likes of Chet Decore, I know he hasn't played that much for Glasner, but in his career for Crystal Palace, 61 games, no goals. Adam Wharton, 64 games, no goals. Will Hughes, 146 games, 2 goals. Jefferson Lerma, 94 games, 1 goal. Daichi Kamada, 59 games, 1 goal. And just for the hell of it, Justin Devaney, he played 49 games, 3 goals. Really and truly, our midfielders have got to score more than that.
Yeah.
Was Devaney playing in the 10 when we faced Rotherham last season?
Doncaster.
Doncaster, I stand corrected.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
And he also scored against Villa in the 10 as well, when Eze was injured.
Yeah.
The problem with our midfield, I feel like, of all those names that you mentioned, Lerma, Hughes, they're both 29 going on 30. Kamada, 28 going on 29. Wharton and Devaney being the only ones, I think also Decore are the only ones on the other side of 25. I have a fear in the back of my head that we are somewhat reverting to having 30-year-old midfielders, which is, of course, it brings experience and it is reliable when you're playing two of those. You could play maybe one of those paired up with with Adam Wharton, most probably in the 6. But how long can we rely on players that would be like Luca, like Jambo, like Maka, who are coming on into their 30s, and we're just like they're losing their legs. It's an easy position to play because there's not much needed to obviously just supply out to the 10s, out to the wing backs, out to the wingers, and to the striker. There you go. But I think we so do need another CDM or a player who can play in the 6, because most likely we can guess that Adam Wharton is gone in the summer. Kamada could go as well, and we're gonna be left with Czech Decore, who is still not back from injury, and we don't know what Czech Decore we're getting back. We're going to be left with Jefferson Lerma, who does experience and does provide us with great throw-ons. So he's got that skill, which is an integral part of the game today, as we see most teams deploying that long throw. Yeah, so we so do need another number 6, but it has to be the right player, and I feel like it has to be on the right side on the right side of 25, someone who we can invest in for a number of years.
Yeah, I would say that probably not in this January window, but I
No, I don't
think
see
that
it.
we're gonna need. I think we're gonna need 2 midfielders in the summer at least. I think we'll need one now. I'd love the likes of Hayden Hackney, but he ain't coming. They're
No.
fighting for automatic promotion, and at minimum they're getting playoffs. He's someone that I'd like to see us potentially invest our stocks in as a Adam Wharton successor. He's very good at progressing the ball forwards with his passing, but I think for the end of this season, I don't know why we're not trying harder for Conor Gallagher. He is ideal when it comes. It is ideal when it comes to scoring goals, but his wages are 200k a week. We cannot do that. That's
He's gone
quite
Spurs.
simple.
He's gone to
Huh?
Spurs.
Is it official?
The Orm bomb dropped, didn't it?
Yeah. I mean, obviously,
There you
the usual Fab's gone early, but Villa were interested, and Tottenham just came in last minute.
Damn.
Well, there goes my shout. If you guys were going to have a shout for a midfielder in this window,
I have no idea.
The dog just brings up a point just here. About David Ozo actually. I've
injuries.
for me, yeah, injuries play a part there. But I haven't, unfortunately, I haven't had the chance to see a lot of him.
He
So,
was doing well for Derby this year, and he got I think another ACL injury. I think.
mhm. So, and obviously at that young age, you can bounce back from it, and you can hit the ground running again as long as he overcomes the injury. But to have so many ACL injuries, it's almost like Connor Bradley. Like he's done his MCL and ACL a number of times now, and it just takes years off your career. So unfortunately, I'm I would love to see David Ozo involved in the setup. Absolutely. It's just whether or not Glasner and his coaching staff feel Ozo is ready to make that step up. Perhaps he could step into, being on the bench as we've seen, Drakes Thomas and Casey join the senior team. We're also, learning out Hindalo Mustafa again, apparently. He could be off to
Bradford.
Bradford City. They've been very,
Yeah,
very interested in him.
and allegedly
I
Jez
think
could
I
be going
read
to Stoke.
I think I read Bobby tweet. I think it was Bobby Manzi who tweeted out that that loan deal for Mustafa to Bradford has been stalled for a reason. Yeah, the depth is there. It's just, are they Premier League ready? Well, we won't know until we play them. So it's a catch-22.
And finally, the defence. Um,
Oh
for
boy.
left back, we have Mitchell. No cover there
Yep.
at all. Not even going to name the
Not even
person
gonna
that
name him.
could
Don't even bring
be.
him up. He's not a football player. He's not a football player. That other one.
Yeah. Oh
You
no,
lot are
no, no, no. Sorry,
savage.
sorry. We're doing a disservice. So you've got Mitchell and Benamar,
Oh yeah.
and potentially Justin Devaney, left back. You've got Munoz and Klein, and Justin Devaney. Left centre back, you've got Mark and Chadi Riyad, who is injured. Bear in mind, he's
He's
never
back.
had an injury since he came to Palace, and he's on an ACL and an MCL.
He paid 45
He
on
played
the weekend.
45 on
Yep.
Saturday, I believe.
Yeah.
Right centre back, you've got Chris Richards and JD Camvo, and
Hmm.
in the middle, you've got Maxence Lacroix, and that's it. I think that's a massive hole in our squad. We need someone that can back
Absolutely.
up Lacroix, because you could tell in the Macclesfield game alone, without him, we are all over the place. He is the only person that can play that central role. You need someone that's got the similar pace to him, that can command the ball like him. I think you need another left wing back. I genuinely would drive Sosa. I would pay someone to take Sosa away from us. He is so bad. And I think as much as we love Klein, you're going to need someone to be a real successor to Daniel Munoz, because he's 29 years old. It's probably the last time in his career that he can make a big move. I think there are like really loose rumors of PSG wanting a right wing back, because they might be. I think there's talk of Hakimi going to Real Madrid. So like there's things in the pipeline. So you need a real successor to Daniel Munoz, whether that's to come in now and prepare for next summer, or come in now depending on if something crazy happens in the transfer window. I think you need a right wing back, a backup left wing back, and a centre back. But really and truly, are we going to do all that in the January transfer window? I don't think so. It'll probably be one or
No,
two. Probably only a
I
right
don't.
back.
The thing is, Ajax just signed Takahiro Tomiyasu on a free, and Tomiyasu was released last season by Arsenal,
Yeah.
and he spent the latter part of 2025 dealing with a knee injury or a leg injury of some sort that kept him out for most of 2025. I feel like we kind of maybe missed a chance there. He's a free. We could sign him. We could sign him on, say,
It'll be Kamada's
a
mate.
six. Yeah, a 6 month deal.
His
With the
his
provision.
injuries. We might as well bring back Teo.
Teo's not even gone out on loan, mate. Teo's still at the club.
But what I remember, that just we might as well use Teo.
As
Yeah.
a centre
Instead of
back.
like a,
I
I
don't
know,
think so.
because you're talking about Tomiyasu, right?
Isn't he
Yeah.
a centre back?
That you can play fullback as well.
Tomiyasu can play centre back. For Arsenal, he's played centre back. He's played right back and left back.
Okay.
So I feel like we kind of missed the boat on that one. I feel like we could have taken a punt out on that one, because it's a very low risk signing. It's on a free, so there's no fees involved with another team. It's straight to the player. And we could have signed him for 6 months, and if it is great, add in the provision of, say, a 2 or a 3 year contract.
Mhm.
But unfortunately, but yeah, I mean, maybe in summer we go talk to Swansea City and we'd be like, hey, how you got this exciting talent at right back called Joel Ward. Is he available to sign? Just maybe.
I've heard he's won the FA Cup.
Oh yeah. So signing a great talent there.
So would we be happy from the rest of this transfer window if we signed another forward, a midfielder, and a defender of some sort? Would that be a good window?
Striker, centre mid, right wing back. I'm happy.
I'd be happy with that. Yeah.
I agree. Well, let's talk about a potential striker. Someone said we ain't getting him in the in the chat earlier, but Strand Larson. Wolves aren't doing too good at the moment, and I'm not going to say they're down, but I'd say that it's slim
They're
pickings
down.
whether they stay up or not. But Strand Larson was of a very high demand in the summer, very high demand in the actual January transfer window of last year as well because of how well he was scoring. And this season, he's not done too well. Only 1 goal so far this year for him, not the greatest, but you would look. But here, I would have to look at the rest of the team. He's got an XG of 2.5, so he's only really been given 2 goals worth of chances really this season. So take of that what you will. But last season he was rivaling Mateta very closely when it came to stats only in the Premier League. So last season, he scored 14 goals in the Prem and got 4 assists. JP in that same year, only in the Premier League, JP also got 14 goals, but only 2 assists. The only difference that I can see in all of their stats, because they're very, very, very similar kind of players, the only difference is Mateta scored 14 goals with a 16 XG. Strand Larson scored 14 goals with a 9.5 XG. He's outscoring his chances. And when you look at this season from JP, he scored 8 goals, which is half decent, but he's had an
Is
XG
it?
of 14.5.
I thought it might be 20.
I'm only Premier League is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So last season, when he was having a good season, he's outscoring his XG. Mateta, when he's having a good season, he's still underscoring. I'm not taking anything away from him because he had a really good season. But when you give Strand Larson a team of good players before they got their team rinsed by
Man
um,
United and
Man United and like Cunha going and these man going, when he had people around him to create, he was scoring goals. Now he's got no one to create, he's not scoring goals. What would be a good price for Strand Larson, Nikki? Because I know that you when we did our Premier League
Excuse me.
sweepstakes, you picked Strand Larson over Mateta and Isak.
I did.
yeah,
I
you
did.
did. So
Um,
just before you answer that, I've
go on.
got a midfielder that's come to mind. He's only 18 years old. He's actually from the team that we're talking about now. Mane from Wolves is actually a baller. Sorry, just want to
He
put that
would
out there.
fit that left 10 role.
Just
He
put that
reminds
out
me of
there.
Wilf. I'm just saying that real quick.
Right. Sorry, Nikki.
It's exactly what I was. Durf has pretty much has just said what I was about to say. We wait till the summer, wait till the league plays out because most players have a relegation release clause. I feel like it is smart business for Strand Larson to obviously have one there because Wolves have been teetering on this relegation slide for a number of years. They have been on the
Would he
downturn.
get in the summer though? Would he get an offer for a bigger and
I
better
was
team?
gonna ask that question. I was proper like,
Well, the same.
do we miss out on him? Yeah, that's the
Well,
worry.
well, hang on. I'll return on that one because I think we're doing ourselves a disservice because we are a big team. We play in the capital. We have one of the largest fan bases from the Premier League alone. You know, our reach is worldwide. We are a former FA Cup winner. I have to say former now. Thanks, Macclesfield. We have a great manager who may end up staying. You never know. So
There's
I
too
feel
much.
like we're doing ourselves a
Well,
disservice here.
what I
This
would
summer's too
say
messy.
to you, what I'd say to you is, in my eyes, if you're looking at another team that need a striker and they've spent a bit of money on a striker that hasn't really worked out, are we a bigger club and can we pay more money than Everton? I don't think so.
It's a good point.
They are not keeping Tiano Barry. I know that we wanted him for a few years now, but he's not done it in the Prem.
I'm gonna add another club to this. We may be better than them, but they definitely have more money than us, and that's Fulham.
West Ham. There's a lot of clubs that can pay a
True.
lot more money than we have.
Oh, that's true. No, that's certainly. But I feel like it's a case of Strand Larsen would be a Mateta replacement. I think that the club would stick with Mateta, and only would get Strand Larsen should JP leave, because
why
we
not
would
just get him
obviously need
now?
that cash flow.
Why not
I
just
think
get him now?
I think obviously maybe Glasner, maybe a scouting team or whoever handles it on that side. Matthew Hobbs maybe thinks that, well, we've got, as the players that JC listed, he might look at that same list and be like, we've got enough. We've got enough. Like, we've got two Premier League goal scorers in Mateta and in Nketiah.
Hate
We've
to say,
got
I forgot about them as well. They're gonna need a striker too.
Yeah, Welbeck won't last forever.
no. So it's
Forest as well.
Forest as well, because they can't rely on Chris Wood anymore.
So the question is to you, Rich. Two questions for both of you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Keep Mateta in it. So bear in mind, this transfer window only. Keep Mateta and just hope for the best in the summer. Maybe a new contract, or maybe sell him in the summer. Or do you get in Strand Larsen? And what would be a good price for Strand Larsen if you got him this January window? Rich, will start with you.
I'll get Strand Larsen in now.
And get rid of Mateta.
No, keep him too. But if an offer does come in from Mateta, and it's a decent offer, if we're looking at anything from 50 plus, then yeah, it's almost like a straight swap. If we could make it,
We are never getting 50 for him.
No, not this season.
But we're gonna have to try and play hard with this. Like, that's the one thing we need to improve on. Our selling game is terrible. You know, it is so bad. You give that same Mateta to Brighton. I hate to say it, they're getting 80 million for him.
Yeah. I am going to take the other option. I would say stay with Mateta for the rest of the season. January is never a good enough time for a player of that caliber and who is going to go straight into the lineup to get started straight away. That player is, whoever you bring in, it doesn't have to be Strand Larsen, is going to need that pre-season to get used to the team, to get used to the tactics. He's got to get his mind straight as well, because moving now is disastrous. I feel like, because obviously, great comment. Because Strand Larsen is playing with a team that's somewhat getting ready to be relegated.
And he's not even playing. He's their number 2 now.
And to get rid of that mindset and to be like, okay, now you're playing for a team that's gunning for top 10 and is in the Conference League, and he's got to hit the ground running if we were to sign him now. So I think that would be costly to both club and player if we did that. So I would say play it safe, sign him in the summer. A fee, depending on whether his his numbers increase, I would say we're looking at 25 to 30 million. Maybe add-ons. We do like a Brennan Johnson thing, highest of 40, but that's with add-ons.
Gives Wolves 25 million now. Give it. Just say, listen. Otherwise, we'll come back in the summer for 20.
Final person that we're going to talk about today, also a Wolves player, João Gomez, 24-year-old Brazilian central midfielder. Would he fit that role next to Adam Wharton?
What's his goal scoring like? Does he take shots?
So, his goal scoring. So the question is, will he resolve our problem of not being able to score goals from midfield? This season, 20 games, 20 starts, 0 goals. So he fits the bill for Crystal Palace, doesn't he?
Bring him in.
How many shots per game, Rich? 0.2. Is he going to solve our problem, Rich?
Wait, 0.2. Is that less shots than Wharton?
I feel like it is.
Actually need to think. Wait.
I feel like it is because Wharton's been taking shots for fun
I've been
these last few games.
shouting he's never going to score quite a lot lately. And Rich, you can back that up.
Yeah. It's like with every shot.
Well, yeah, it goes
It's
sky
exactly
high.
the same as Wharton, 0.2
Oh, jeez.
per game. Oh, no, I lied. Wharton's got 0.9. So Wharton's shooting 4 times more than Gomez per game. Is he going to solve our problem, Rich?
No.
Oh, that was such a painful no.
I'll let you carry on, Rich. What do you think about him? Do you want him? Because on here it says he's worth £35 million.
Nah, he's actually a good player though. Like, I'm not even going to sugarcoat that. But if he's not going to be able to get us goals from midfield, I'm not interested. Because we do pretty much almost everything else right. Passing through the lines.
At least France has got someone to talk to.
He's still chilling in Brazil. He don't even play for
disrespectful.
France. The Brazilian league is finished. That guy should be back in with the squad now, but he's still chilling in Brazil. Yeah. You know how crazy that is.
Just quickly though, for the ones in the chat, we are going to cover El Ahoidi and next week. Oscar Bob will look at probably next week as well and stuff. We just want to get a bit more because both those ones have just gone cold, and I don't like that. The only thing I can think of is that the talks are done, they're doing it in the background, keeping it quiet, and then they go, here you go, bang, there's the money sign. But my gosh, it's taking long, and it's annoying.
Do I need to say any more? Rich, do you want him?
No, I want a goal scoring midfielder. Nah, so no. As much as I like him as a player, he's a good player, I don't want him.
What Rich said.
Sweet. Guys, thank you.
It's a good question, actually, just before you wrap up.
If you can get him for 20 or less, yes, I'd rather have him than Larson.
There was also something that Millsy said. What about Callum Wilson to the end of the season? Just got released by West Ham.
For 6 months, I'm taking it.
Yeah.
Hot take.
Again, low risk.
I will only take it if we don't get someone in. Like if we're going like, last week of the window.
Fair enough.
Sort of feeling.
All right. Who would you go? Would you go Larson or?
I would go Larson. I feel like Larson.
I would go Larson because I'm already preempting Mateta's going.
Mhm.
Fairs.
But that's why I want to get Larson now. Mateta goes get Cherry in the summer.
Fairs.
Fair enough.
Anything else that we want to discuss?
No, I think the other players will cover next week. Otherwise, we'll run out of content.
Yeah, so basically what we've done is we've done only these two players because we could rattle through all the names and it would mean that Transfer Weekly for the next couple of weeks would just be dead. We'll just be reciting the same information. So we're going to hold off on a few players. We know of a few. We're going to go through some rumors and some links, and if we eventually run out of stuff, then we will start looking at other stuff like Pardo, who I was looking at the other day. So guys, put in the comments below who you want us to cover next week. Like, share, subscribe, and as always, up the Palace. Eagles.
Eagles.
I thought that was me. My bad.
Are we still live?
Yes.
We are still live.
Hi, guys.